during my Year 12 work experience about 3 years ago, and have kept in contact with the organisation ever since. During September 2008, I worked with Jenny, along with students from Selly Park and Swanshurst, in the recruitment process of ROSPA's Youth Liaison worker Cassius Francis. It was after this that Jenny approached me about the Changemakers project, and it seemed a perfect opportunity for me as I just started uni up the road and moved into halls about a mile away, so the opportunity of a 6-month placement of 80 hours spread out as convenient to myself seemed the perfect fit for me. The project being based in Rodar made the project of greater interest to me, as I had a moped at 16 and had been driving for nearly a year and a half.
Can you just explain what Rodar is?
Yeah, Rodar is ROSPA's Advanced Drivers and Riders. So it's part of the organisation of ROSPA. I knew I could offer as much to the project as it could offer, as the project could offer to me. So I applied to the post and I was accepted. There we go, that's it. Changemakers is a charity which works to enable young people to make a difference in society. The charity is now 16 years old and has worked with over 50,000 young people in hundreds of organisations across the UK. At present, Changemakers has 3 main projects. The Big Challenge, Be Inspired and Future Leaders. The Big Challenge offers funding towards youth-led projects focusing on a particular issue in society. This year's themes were drugs, sex and alcohol, sustainable living, gang culture and healthy living. And through this, £60,000 was shared proportionately across various projects across the country. Be Inspired enables young people to make their mark in their community by giving up their time to volunteer and help others. Future Leaders programme is a scheme that I've been involved in, which funds young people to enter into an organisation in order to contribute a new perspective to how youth-concerned issues are approached in organisations. On the year I participated, there were 12 young advocates working with 10 different organisations, all with very different but inspiring and positive projects. That's a lot to keep involved in. Due to the success of this project, now in its 2nd year, Future Leaders now sees itself entering into its 3rd phase. This time round, the number of organisations involved has been doubled and the recruitment process of the new young advocates has begun. Future Leaders is solely run by Changemakers and is now seen as their flagship programme. With less than 30 young advocates put through the programme so far, I feel so privileged to have been one of the select young adults to be involved. Rodar stands for ROSPA's Advanced Drivers and Riders, and was set up over 50 years ago to improve driving skills and to make people safer on the roads. We have groups of volunteers set up across the country who train people to become advanced drivers. Whilst the number of accidents on the road has decreased, the number of accidents involving young people is continually getting greater. And although there are 7,000 members in Rodar have trouble attracting young people themselves. Rodar are currently promoting their advanced driving course to organisations with young drivers and now want to extend this to young people in general. This is where I came in. In order to do this, Rodar wants to know the best way to approach this target market and what would encourage them to get involved. I comprised a questionnaire aimed at 17 to 25-year-olds to collect their views on advanced driving, find out what would encourage them to get involved with advanced driving and what has discouraged them not to. Also look into driving experiences and whether any accidents have been had by these young people. After a lot of deliberation, we managed to come up with a name for the project, which is Youth Driven. We launched our questionnaire online on the Rodar website and also on a Facebook group that I created for the project. This group is open for everyone to join as a part of a social networking site, allowing us to publish information about ROSPA and Rodar in a format readily accessible to our target market. ROSPA's publication Care on the Road placed a piece on the project in their April issue, and I was also able to contact my local paper who printed this piece on my questionnaire as well. I also sent my questionnaire out to my old sixth form, who gave a great response, and I got in contact with some universities and driving instructors who also offered to pass on our link. Over the space of 3 months, we were very pleased to have received 236 responses. 47% of those who participated in our questionnaire were 17 to 18-year-olds, and 72% were under age 20. But we fortunately received a response from every age group in our category. When asked what would encourage people to take an advanced driving course, 60% said they would if it gave them a reduction on their insurance premium. 30% said they would if it was less expensive. And there was even someone who said it would take involvement in a serious accident to encourage them to take advanced driving, which I think is a bit silly. When asking those who have considered advanced driving why they haven't yet taken the course, there was a mixed response. 30% said it was too expensive, 6% said they would get no insurance benefit from it, and 23% have had a problem finding the time to do so. And there was also, again, someone who said, I'm an amazing driver, I don't need advanced training. Interestingly, another 40% they don't know enough about it, so this gives Rodar something to go on for the next step. Next, please. 18% of the drivers we questioned had had an accident whilst driving. Only one of them was a Rodar member, 2 were IAM, and the rest were members of either organisation. When splitting the accidents into age and gender, you can see the prominent difference between male and females. For example, 78% of 18-year-olds who'd had an accident were male, and the remaining 22% female. In fact, for each age category, there were more males involved in accidents than there were females. When looking at examples of accidents people have been involved in,